And let's see, the director today is Melody Spangungan. I apologize if I messed that one up. All right, let's hear it for them, folks. If you'd stand, raise your cap, let's hear the national anthem, guys.
Welcome back to Sinsheimer Stadium. Blues baseball is back on the air, and we're back at home after a quick trip to Irvine. We made the trip back to SLO, arrived later last night, technically early this morning, and we're back on the air for a 6 o'clock first pitch. Hi again, everybody. I'm Zach Ebrahim, Blues baseball, back for game 22. It's the Blues and Riptide for the second straight night, a home and road for both these teams. We were at Great Park in Irvine last night. We find ourselves back at the friendly confines of Sinsheimer Stadium this evening for Game 22 and Game 2 between the Blues and the Riptide this season. As we bring you inside the press box, I'm Zach Ebrahim saying hello again. Good to be home for the first of 10 straight here at Sinsheimer Stadium. We're going to settle in, we're going to get comfy, and we're going to hope that the Blues rattle off a few. Coming off of one of the more fun games of the season, a 4-3 victory over the Riptide last night. The Blues are back at home, and we'll look to do the same. And it's a brand new starter starting for the first time this season. We're going to see Ryan Baum for the first time in 8 days. What's significant about this? Baum's last appearance out of the pen was by far his best of the season. He's a pitcher coming off of significant injury, trying to find his footing again. He did in his last appearance, and we'll see if he does it and has it tonight on the mound, starting for the Blues. Baum warms and gets set to face a Riptide lineup that looks like this, led by Tim Brown in his first season as manager. Orange County leads off with Santino Pinero playing left field, followed by Shane Taylor. At third base, Dominic Soto bats third, and he's the second baseman, followed by Gavin Mez, who did the catching last night but will DH this evening. Wilson Galvin is the right fielder. Joey Nicolai is the first baseman. Nathan Smith will do the catching. Chase Valentine's the shortstop. And Nathan Manning, who we saw pinch hit last night, will man center field and bat ninth. Our starting lineups today are brought to you by Fabulous Wine. Fabulous Wine, proud supplier of local fine wines. For more information on all of the delicious wine they provide, check out fabulouswine.com, and thank you to them for sponsoring our starting lineups today. Baum on the mound for the Blues as we get you set for first pitch. Good to be home and good to be back on the air. Blues baseball on the Blues Streaming Network. Game 22 as this season continues to roll on. That's me. Let's take you to the mound. Baum set for his first start facing Pinero. Ryan Baum out of Cal Poly, San Luis Obispo. The right-hander gets us underway with a fly ball hit out to center field, and that'll be caught by Pemberton for the first out. 1 pitch and 1 out for the Riptide. Fly out to center, and now Shane Taylor will stand in with 1 out. No one on, just underway here in the first. Temperatures in San Luis Obispo, 76 at first pitch. Perfect weather for a ball game this evening. Riptide third baseman, Shane Taylor. Waits the first pitch from Baum. Gets him in there with a strike. Starts him out. Baum's 0-1 pitch. And he's underway. 3 pitches, 3 strikes for Baum. For Ryan Baum, it'll be his 4th appearance of the season. 0-2. Inside and missed with ball 1. Baum with a 1-0 record. 0-0 ERA, has not given up an earned run this season in 8 innings pitched. Has struck out 12. 8 days of rest and back on the mound for his first start. That pitch missed in the dirt. It's 2-2. Baum set in his wind and fires a 2-strike pitch. Tried the corner and missed. It's 3-2. A payoff pitch from Baum to Taylor. Flared out to left, and that'll drift foul, so we'll do it all over again. Shane Taylor, who we did not see last night in the Riptide lineup, getting the start at third base tonight. Early chance for Hot Sauce, second batter of the game. Second straight payoff pitch, and that one is a ground ball, hit to short. Darcy, it gets by him, and it's the first base runner for the Riptide. So Taylor reaches on an E6. And the first base runner of the ballgame comes much earlier than we saw last night for either ball club. Blues, as mentioned, in Irvine last night, a great part coming off of a 4-3 win over these Riptide. Featured great pitching performances from Luke Mastoni, Jared Villalobos, and Kevin Lyons. Isaac Baez got the final out to secure the win. Timely hitting from the bottom of the lineup as well. Blues took a 4-1 lead into the bottom of the 9th, would end up securing it. Things got a little shaky, but the final 4-3, and it was win number 10 on this season. Baum's 0-1 pitch. That's bounced, gets away, allowing Taylor to take second base. Taylor in scoring position after the wild pitch. Dominic Soto is standing in now with the count 1-1. Last time we saw Baum, he went 4 full in a relief appearance against the MLB Academy Barons. Gave up 2 hits and struck out 6 in those 4 full innings pitched. Is 1-1 on its way. 2-1. Blues at 6-6 in the South. They're tied for third behind Conejo, Santa Barbara, and MLB Academy. That pitch fouled straight back. Early chance for Hot Sauce again in the first. 1 out, runner in scoring position is Shane Taylor. He reached on an air and advanced to second on a wild pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Baum to the plate. Missed and the count's full. Soto, a senior at Cal. Baum checks second. And a payoff pitch is a ground ball, hit to short. Darcy plays it on a hop, throws to first, and that's the second out. Taylor takes 90 feet and advances on the 6-3 ground out.
Now batting for the Riptide, number 18, the designated hitter of
Gavin Mez, sophomore at a UNLV, hometown of Vegas. Saw him do the catching last night for Matthew Maloney, who, if you were with us last night, was outstanding. Maloney struck out 8 Blues over the first 3 innings and was perfect through 3. Mez takes ball 1. Blues looked like they were going to get no hit through 3. Couldn't touch Maloney. Picked up 8 Ks in 3 innings. Just couldn't touch him. Eventually would come alive. Luke Mastoni went toe for toe with him and really held his own on the mound, the incoming freshman at Cal State Fullerton for the Blues. 2-0 now. But Baum, a senior, coming off of injury. Coming off of an outing where he pitched 4 full, gets a week of rest, called upon to start for the first time this season. Has not allowed an earned run to score. Here's a ground ball to second. Bryce Fields throws to first. Inning over. Baum strands a runner on third. Keeps us scoreless. Heading into the home half of the first. So we'll see the Blues lineup featuring Nathan Shamela doing the catching. Connor McGuire will be the third baseman. We'll bring you the lineup. Brought to you by Fabulous Wine tonight. Led by Bob Miller. Here's how the Blues look. Nathan Shamela is going to bat leadoff for the second consecutive game. We mentioned that that's a hole in the lineup that Bob Miller is going to try and fill with a number of guys. Shamela did a great job last night. He gets the start leading off and doing the catching. Connor McGuire bats second as mentioned. Cody Darcy is the shortstop. Zach Tolia, as always, batting cleanup. He's the first baseman. Zach Tollerman gets another start, his second in 3 games. He'll DH. Colin Villegas, who had a big hit late in the ballgame last night, plays left. Darius Price, who made the final out in the first, is the second baseman. Garrett Brooks is in right, and Luke Pemberton gets a start in center field. That was his position starting the first week of the season. Our starting lineup tonight brought to you by Fabulous Wine Company, proud supplier of fine local wines. Bob Miller's Blues looking for their second consecutive win over the Riptide in as many days, and they'll have to do it facing Noah Carbajal, a senior at Long Beach State. This will be his 4th appearance. Has not allowed an earned run all season. 2 2/3 innings pitched. So he's been short inning guy, get a few outs, has struck out 3. Gets ready to face Shamela, McGuire, and Darcy. Top 3 for the Blues lineup. Nathan Shamela, catcher out of Dartmouth.
leading off for your Blues, number 35, doing the catching out of Dartmouth, Nathan Shamela.
Has really caught this coaching staff's attention and any Blues fans that have followed the team since Shamela got here as he hits a ground ball to short. Play made by Valentine, and the throw to first will retire Shamela on the first pitch from Carbajal. 1 pitch and 1 out for him, same as Ryan Baum. Connor McGuire is the third baseman. Stands in with 1 out quickly. Carbajal hasn't pitched in 10 days. Went an inning against the Barons. Didn't give up any hits or runs. Nothing in 1. The right-hander deals to McGuire outside, ball 1. Blues got in late last night, around 2:30. Had early hitting at 1, a team meeting at 2:45 before taking BP here at the field. There's a ground ball hit to second, played on a hop by Soto, and he'll throw out McGuire. Two out for Darcy.
Now batting for your Blues, the shortstop, number 26, University of Texas, San Antonio, Cody Daly.
Darcy with the average at 226. RBI total at 10. He's the only other Blue with double-digit RBI after Zach Tolia. Takes inside, and that hit him. So Darcy's hit by a pitch, and it's the first base runner for the Blues. And now we will see Zach Tolia.
Now batting for the Blues, number 28, Zach Paglia.
Tolia takes ball one. Team leader in hits, RBIs, has started every game this season. Already at game 22 as the season rolls along. 1-0. Darcy hits one out to left, but it'll hang in the air a bit too long and be caught by Pinero out there. Darcy swings at the second pitch he sees, flies out to left. Blues get a base runner after Darcy's hit by a pitch, but Carbalage retires the side. We'll see Galvin, Nikolai, and Smith, 5, 6, and 7 for the Riptide to face Baum in his second inning of work. To the second we go. Short break and we're back. Blues baseball on a Wednesday evening from Sinsheimer Stadium. We're back in 90 seconds. Welcome back, Blues baseball. We're in the second with no score. Both teams get base runners in the first inning, one on an error for the Riptide, and Darcy was hit by a pitch for the Blues. And Wilson Galvin swings through strike one against Ryan Baum. Second inning of work for Ryan. Baum's 0-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball that is caught by Price on a line. Another quick at-bat and a quick out for Ryan Baum. Galvin lines out to second, and here's Joey Nikolai, who we also did not see in the lineup last night in Irvine, getting the start at first base for the Riptide. This will be a one-off for them as well. They'll head back to Orange County tonight after the conclusion of this one. Righty-righty matchup here. Baum comes home and misses with ball one. Tried the breaking ball on the first pitch to Nikolai. Nikolai, a freshman on his way to UC Riverside, hits a slow roller to short. Darcy, throws to first and throws him out. Another 2-pitch out for Baum, and he's working quickly. Nathan Smith now stands in, the Riptide catcher. 2 out, top of the second. Baum has sat down 4 straight. What was most impressive about Baum in his last start through the 4 full innings out of the pen, it was no real high-stress innings as the Blues were up 9 and would eventually win the last game he pitched in 10-1. There's strike 1. Struck out 6. Had the swing and miss stuff working, was painting the corners. Had his curveball working. Fastball, high 80s to low 90s for Baum. 0-1 pitch. Swung through for strike 2. Chance for another quick inning here. Ahead 0-2 on the Riptide catcher. His 2-strike pitch just missed. Tried the slider, and that was ball 1. Ball and 2 strikes and a chance for hot sauce. Baum fires. Missed again. 2-2 now. Two pitch. Fouled off to the right side. '27th pitch coming up for Baum. Facing the 7-hitter, Nathan Smith. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Got him swinging. Did he go around? He did. Strike 3. Baum's first K. Baum picks up his first K. Retires the side in order. Galvin, Nikolai, and strikes out Smith to end the Riptide's half of the second. Home half coming up. We're seeing Zach Tollerman DH and bat 5th. He'll be followed by Villegas and Price in the Blues half of the second. Darcy was hit by a pitch. He's been their only base runner so far. They'll get their second inning and second look at Noah Carbajal when we come back. Short break on the Blues streaming network. Appreciate you making Blues baseball part of your Wednesday evening. We're back in 90 seconds. Zach Tollerman's leading off the bottom of the second for the Blues. This is just his 5th game of the season. He's hitting .333. Grounds 1 to the left side. Play made by Taylor at third and a throw to Nikolai at first. 1 pitch and 1 out again to start Carbajal's second inning. Blues hitters being aggressive against Carbajal. Swinging at the first pitch a couple times, all resulting in ground outs so far. So here's Villegas with no one on and 1 out. Villegas, part of the timely hitting that the bottom third of the Blues lineup was able to provide in the 9th inning. of last night's contest at Great Park in Irvine. Villegas with 1 out in the top of the 9th doubled and would eventually be driven in by E.J. Kreitzman, who tripled him in. And that gave the Blues some added insurance and a cushion that they would eventually need to bring home the 1-run victory. Quickly 2-0 on Villegas, and he grounds one to short. Valentine throws him out. Moving quickly in the second with 2 outs, here's Darius Price.
Now batting for your Blues, number 1 playing second base, Darius Price.
Price takes a strike. When talked about who could fill in as the leadoff hitter in a few ball games, Bob Miller throwing Darius Price's name into the mix as he flares one out to right, just foul. And the count 0-2. Price not a traditional leadoff hitter on his way to Cal Poly Pomona, but has filled in the position a few times this season, has done all right, and his name will continue to be in the mix, but bats 7th tonight and mans his natural position at second base on the right side of the infield, quickly behind 0-2, and takes strike 3. To the third we go as Price strikes out looking, and both pitchers mirror each other in the second inning. Baum retired the side in order, picked up a K to end the inning. Carbajal retires the side in order, picks up his first K to end the inning. We're headed to the third, still no score. Blues and Riptide for the second time in as many nights. We'll see Valentine and Manning for the first time tonight. Then he'll be back to the top of the Riptide order in Santino Panero. Third inning of work for Baum coming up. Don't go anywhere. Blues Baseball on the Blues Streaming Network. Appreciate you tuning in. Blues are back at home for the first of 10 straight, and we'll be back in a minute. To the third we go, and the first at-bat for Chase Valentine, the Riptide's shortstop. Also didn't see Valentine last night, a sophomore out of Tennessee, hometown of Phoenix, Arizona. Baum's first pitch to him. Ball 1. Both starters moving quickly. Baum has retired 5 straight, dating back to the top of the first. 1-0 pitch. There's a little fly out to right. Ranging on to make the catch is Brooks. Laid out for that one. And it's another 2-pitch at bat and an out. Valentine flies out to right, and Brooks robs him of a base hit. So here's Nathan Manning now, who we saw in a pinch hit appearance in the bottom of the 9th. He singled. Would eventually come around to score to make the game 4-2. 6 straight retired by Baum. Starts him out with a swinging strike. 0-1 pitch. There's a fly ball hit out to center. Ranging back is Pemberton. A few steps to his right. Collects the catch for out number 2. So Baum has seen the Riptide's lineup, and now we'll work our way back to the top. His second time facing Panero. No score, 2 out. We're in the top of the 3rd. Now flew out to center in his first at-bat. Leading off the ball game. Baum will cycle through the signs again with Shamela. Baum comes home and starts him out with a breaking ball in there for a strike. Baum's 0-1 pitch. There's a fastball swung through for strike 2. One K so far for Baum. Blues faithful would like to have him oblige with a second here. 0-2. Fires the pitch. Ground ball hit back to Baum. Gloves it. Tosses to Tolia at first for another 1-2-3 inning. And dating back to the first, Baum has retired 8 straight. Bottom of the 3rd, coming up. Blues baseball on the Blues Streaming Network. We're going to see Brooks and Pemberton for the first time, the Blues right fielder and center fielder. Then we'll work our way back to the top, and Nathan Shamela facing Noah Carbajal. This is already the deepest Carbajal has pitched in any ball game this season. He's pitching into the 3rd. This is his first start, and we'll see what he's got. Blues bats coming up in a scoreless ball game, bottom of the 3rd on the Blues Streaming Network. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Home half the 3rd, Garrett Brooks leading things off for the Blues. The road runner, outfielder from the University of Texas San Antonio, left-handed batter, stands in. Carbajal starts him out with ball 1. Brooks, a guy who's been a little bit more consistent as he's found his way into the lineup more consistently. He's got a hit in 4 straight coming into tonight, and quickly ahead 2-0 on Carbajal. Seen Brooks in left field, playing right today. Firmly ahead in the count, 3-0. Carbajal has retired 4 straight. His 3-0 pitch to Brooks. It's a 4-pitch walk. Blues get their second base runner. It's Brooks taking a walk to lead off the bottom of the 3rd. Here's a guy who would love to get his bat going at the bottom of the lineup. It's Luke Pemberton. Outfielder out of Pepperdine. Carbajal. Out of the stretch, starts him out as Pemberton tried to lay down a bunt but took strike 1. Over his last 7 games, he's 3 for 24 with 18 strikeouts. And that's the area of concern for not only Luke but the coaching staff, wanting to keep the strikeouts down, have more productive at-bats, put more balls in play. Shows bunt there, throw to first. Not in time to get Brooks. No tag was applied. And the count is 1-1 on Pemberton. He has struck out once or less in just 4 of 15 games he's played this season. So just trying to keep the swing and miss numbers down for Luke. And he mentioned that's something he knew he'd have to improve upon in this summer going into his next season at Pepperdine. Take strike 2. Brooks will take off for second base. The tag applied in time to get him, and that's out number 1. He's wiped off the base paths, and Pemberton's behind 1 and 2. So Smith, with his first chance to throw a batter out, trying to steal, does so, clearing Brooks off the base paths, and that leadoff walk is erased, and the count now 2-2 to Pemberton. A 2-2 pitch is fouled back. We'll do it all over again with the count and situation remaining the same. 1 out, bottom of the 3rd, no one on and no score. Nathan Shamela due up for the Blues. Carbajal's 2-strike pitch. Taken outside and the count full. A payoff pitch. Pemberton looks at strike 3. Second strikeout for Carbajal, and there's 2 out for Shamela. Swung at the first pitch he saw in the bottom of the 1st from Carbajal, hit it to short, grounded out. But coming into tonight, the average at .444 for the catcher out of Dartmouth. Has been just so consistent over his last 2 games. He's 6 for his last 9. Now 6 for his last 10. Couple RBIs in there as well. And plays great defense behind the plate, doing the catching. Has caught Ryan Baum through 3 successful innings so far. And ahead in the count 2-0. Carbajal sends one Shamela to short. And the throw brought Nikolai off the bag, but the tag was implied in time. Valentine to Nikolai, and Shamela grounds out to short for the 2nd time tonight. So even after the leadoff walk, Carbajal faces the minimum as Brooks was thrown out at 2nd. Pemberton struck out looking, and Shamela grounds out to short for the 2nd time. We're headed to the 4th, moving quickly here. See if Ryan Baum is in to pitch the 4th, and he is. He'll face Taylor Soto and Mez for the 2nd time. Baum settling in here, looking good through 3. Blues Baseball on the Blues Streaming Network. We're back in 90 seconds for the 4th inning. Hope you like a pitcher's duel. We've got a 2nd straight one developing here. Baum's 4th inning coming up. Back in 90 seconds. back for the fourth. Baum facing Taylor. Lefty-righty here. Starts him out with ball one. Taylor reached on an E6 back in the first. That's the only base runner Ryan Baum has allowed through three. What a great crowd on hand. Ball and a strike. Blues faithful missed their Blues on the road for 4 straight. Now at home for 10 home games in 12 days to kick off the month of July. 1-1 pitch. Fouled back. It's 1-2. This is the last game the Blues will play in the month of June. Day off tomorrow. And we enter the month of July. That's when things really start to ramp up, kick into gear. And we mentioned how many the Blues will have here at home. Hope you can make it out to a ball game or join us here on the Blues Streaming Network. A 1-2 pitch. That missed in the dirt, 2-2. Shane Taylor, Riptide third baseman, stands in and awaits a 2-2 pitch from Ryan Baum. Count full. Payoff pitch from Baum to Taylor. There's a flare out to center. Pemberton makes the catch for the first out. Soto 0 for 1, grounded out to short back in the first. Soto last night 2 for 4 with 2 singles. Those came in back-to-back innings in the fourth and fifth. Baum starts him out with ball one. Baum working effectively and efficiently. This is his 42nd pitch, and it's swung through. Foul tipped into the glove, 1-1. Ball and a strike. Baum comes home. There's a line drive, base hit over the head of Darcy at short. Finds its way into left, and it's a single for Soto, and it's the first hit for the Riptide. Mez now bats with a runner on first and 1 out. As doing the DHing tonight and cleaning up in this lineup. Swings at 1. That'll drift foul. Strike 1. The ball hung up in the air. Died a little bit near the left field line. Baum just gave up his first hit to Soto. He's safe at first with a single. 0-1 pitch on its way to Gavin Mez. The pitch. Strike 2. And Shamela thought about throwing over to first, as Soto had a decent lead. Baum quickly to the plate. 0-2 pitch. Just missed. Beautiful day at the ballpark. Great crowd on hand. That's been the case all season. That pitch is bounced Shamela doesn't know where it is, and it will allow Soto to take second base. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count now on Baum's second wild pitch. This is a series in the South that necessarily didn't go the Blues' way last season. They lost 4 of 5 to the Orange County Riptide. That included 2 straight losses here at home, both by the score of 3-2. Orange County won both games here at, 2 of 3 games here at Sinsheimer Stadium. Ground ball hit to short. Darcy plays it on a hop and throws to first. 2 out. In the process, Soto takes third. Galvin lined out to second in the second. Runner on third and 2 out. Baum looking to strand that first run 90 feet away from scoring here in the fourth. Baum's first pitch to him. Ground ball, hit foul. Only game that the Blues won against the Riptide last season was here at home. It was the first time that the Riptide came to Sinsheimer Stadium. It was on July 8th, and Justin Trimble hit a pinch hit, walk-off double, and the Blues would win 7-6 in one of the more memorable finishes here at home last season. Really was an awesome moment. 0-1 pitch. Quickly 0-2. Got him swinging out of his shoes, and he's firmly ahead on him. 2 out in the fourth, and a chance to strand that runner at third. That was his 50th pitch. Pitch count more than manageable. His 0-2. Fouled off. First souvenir for a fan. We'll do it all over again. Baum has surpassed 50 pitches here in his first start of the season. Trying to get through 4 scoreless. He'll have to strand Soto at third to do so. Oh, 2. Popped up. Left field. Shallow enough for Villegas to make the catch. Inning over. Baum strands a runner at third. Gets Galvin to fly out to left. And he's pitched 4 scoreless innings. Has only given up 1 hit. And has a strikeout as well. Ryan Baum. How about that? First start getting it done. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth. We'll see McGuire, Darcy, and Tolley at 2, 3, and 4 for the Blues. And while we have a minute, I want to thank one of the many generous sponsors of the San Luis Obispo Blues, Promotional Concepts. Promotional Concepts, their goal is to provide their clients with exceptional expert services that make ordering promotional products an easy and friendly experience. So thank you to Promotional Concepts for their sponsorship of the Blues. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth, still scoreless in a game that's moving rather quickly. Noah Carbajal on for his 4th inning of work. He'll face 2, 3, and 4 in the Blues lineup when we come back in 60 seconds. Home half of the fourth, and Connor McGuire is leading things off for the Blues, looking at strike one from Carbajal. Fouled off, strike two. Carbajal, a senior out of Long Beach State. Last season at Long Beach, didn't have his best season with his ERA just south of 8. 7.91 the ERA and 12 appearances for Carbajal. Strikes out McGuire on 3 pitches. Pitched in 19 and a third innings. Had 17 Ks to 10 walks and just 12 appearances, but the ERA not exactly where he wanted it. One out for Darcy here in the fourth. He was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. He was the first Blues base runner. Off-speed pitch in there for a strike. Blues still without their first hit. Darcy takes inside 1-1. Ball and a strike. Darcy swings through strike two. A ball and 2 strikes to Darcy. And Cody looks at a pitch that's high for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Carbajal missed high. Darcy held up, and the count's full. Three Ks so far for Carbajal. 1 walk, 1 hit batter. That's this man at the plate now. Payoff pitch to him. Ball 4. He walked him. Darcy's reached both times. And here's Zach Tolia. Flew out to left to end the bottom of the first. Second at bat here. Bottom of the fourth. 1 out. Blues hitting getting off to another slow start. Very similar to last night. Tolia takes strike 1. But the volume of strikeouts certainly not there. And we might not see that again all season when the Blues through 3 were getting no hit. Matt Maloney was perfect and had struck out 8 of the first 9 men he faced. Carbajal not on that pace, but still has not allowed a hit here in the fourth. That was a mix of Maloney being that exceptional through 3, and the Blues, of course, chasing a lot of pitches out of the zone, which is what has to happen if you're going to strike out 8 of the first 9 men you face. But the Blues off to another slow start offensively. Darcy walks, and now Tolia awaits a 1-2 pitch. That he swings at and grounds to short. Valentine on to Soto, to Nikolai. 6-4-3 double play. They turn it to end the inning. And Carbajal still faces the minimum in the fourth. Works around the walk, gets the double play from Tolia. We're scoreless heading into the fifth. Nikolai, Smith, and Valentine, 6, 7, and 8, due up for the Blues, quickly going to the fifth. Short break and we're back. Blues Baseball, Blues Streaming Network. Thanks for making us part of your Wednesday evening and your entire 2022 summer. We're back in 90 seconds for the 5th inning. To the fifth we go. Newly inserted left-hander is Foster McDonald on his way to Lincoln Trail College. Right now we want to give you a glimpse of today's crowd here at Sinsheimer Stadium. Packed house, orange seats taken up. Just a little bit of room in the grass. One of the better crowds in terms of a midweek game we've had all season, but every crowd has shown up and shown out. And the Blues faithful are in attendance for game 22. And it's been a good one so far. Still no score. We're moving quickly. We're into the fifth. And it's Foster McDonald in for Ryan Baum, who again was excellent through 4 innings. Only gave up 1 hit and kept us scoreless. McDonald faces Joey Nikolai, 0 for 1 as he grounded out to short back in the second inning. McDonald out of Huntington, Indiana. It's about 3 hours north of Bloomington. On his way to Lincoln Trail College, the ERA at 5.62. This is his 6th appearance. In 8 full innings pitched, he's struck out 9 men. And the last time we saw Foster was 8 days ago against the MLB Academy Barons, the same time we saw Ryan Baum last. So these two men back each other up out of the pen again. McDonald started Nikolai out with ball 1. Second pitch to him. Misses for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. There's a high pop-up to the left side. And Villegas will give chase. It's in foul ground, and it's off of his glove. Foul ball. Good effort by Villegas to lay out. I mean, you know you're in foul ground when there's no more outfield grass and you're in the dirt. That lines the dugouts and bullpen. Ends up being a long foul, strike 1 for Nikolai. And he'll get a chance to see a 4th pitch from Foster McDonald. McDonald back on the 21st against the Barons. 2 complete innings. Allowed an unearned run on 1 hit. Struck out a couple batters. On the season, opponents are hitting .250 against him. And that has been in a steady decline all season. Ball 3 gets away. How about these 2 ball games between the Blues and Riptide mirroring each other? The first run of the game did not score until the 4th last night. That was the Riptide taking the lead 1-0. Strike 2. Blues wouldn't play their first run till the 6th and would go on to win 4-3. Really everyone that came in to pitch did their job best they could. Blues had another great performance from their pitching staff that has also experienced a steady decline in ERA, and McDonald got him looking. That's out number 1 and the first strikeout for Foster McDonald. His 10th of the season. One out for Nathan Smith, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout as well. He was the only man that Baum struck out in his 4 innings pitched. Smith, the catcher out of Tennessee, hometown of Thomasville, Georgia. Takes ball 1. Fouled off. 1-1. One ball and 1 strike to the Riptide catcher out of Tennessee. Ball 2. McDonald has gotten a start this season. The rest of his appearances coming out of the bullpen. One of the many talented left-handed arms that this Blues pitching staff is lucky enough to have. 2 balls and a strike. Line drive, base hit up the middle, and a single for Smith has him aboard with 1 out. Just the second hit for the Riptide, and we're in the 5th inning. Runner on first with 1 out for Chase Valentine. I mean, you want to talk about a game that looks like none of the previous 20 games. That's what we're seeing here. No score in the 5th. Bunt shown, but pulled back, and taking ball 1 is Valentine. I mean, we're talking about the Blues starting their season with the first 6 or 7 games. They never scored first, and they trailed minimum by the 2nd inning. A lot of those times in the first, and almost every game early in the season would have to be won in a comeback fashion. The count 2-0. Yesterday's ball game technically was. The Riptide scored first in the 4th. Blues tied it in the 5th, and then took the lead on Anderson's solo shot in the top of the 7th. Took them 7 innings to get their first lead, and they'd go on to win game number 10 this season. There's a high fly ball to left. Villegas will range back at the wall, makes the catch, and that's a long out number 2. Just got under that one, did Valentine, and there's 2 out for Manning. Manning got a single in his only pinch hit appearance last night. Came in to score in the 9th. When that inning got interesting for the Blues, McDonald starts him out with ball 1. A ball and no strikes. A runner on first. The pitch. There's a high pop up to center. Pemberton loses his hat, makes the catch. Inning over. One hit, no runs, and a strikeout for McDonald. No score, and we're in the bottom of the 5th. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Blues. When we come back, still no score. And we'll see if the Riptide make their first pitching change or if we'll see Noah Carbajal, who has already gone 3 innings longer than he has in any of his previous 3 appearances this season. And it will be Noah Carbajal on to pitch the bottom of the 5th. And we'll see if the Blues can finally get to him. They still don't have a hit. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Thanks so much for hanging out and making Blues baseball part of your Wednesday evening and your entire 2022 summer. I'm Zach Ebrahim here in the press box. Happy to be home for the first of 10 straight from the friendly confines of Sinsheimer Stadium. We're back in 60 seconds. Thanks for hanging out. We're back in the bottom of the 5th with Zach Tollerman leading things off for the Blues. Tollerman 0 for 1, grounded out to third, back in the 2nd. And the DH out of Cuesta College has already played a year for Bob Miller, plays for him in the summer, and will head back for his sophomore year. Play for Coach Miller. Just good to see Tollerman back in a Blues uniform as he takes ball one from Carbajal. Tollerman in that first weekend of the season was safe at first after reaching early in a ball game. Might have been even the first inning. Takes a strike. And the opposing pitcher tried to pick him off at first. Zach dove back into the bag and seemingly hurt himself. 1-1 pitch. Now 1-2. Medical staff came out. Coaches came out. Zach walked off the field under his own power. We didn't know what the injury was for a while. It was a shoulder injury, and it ended up an MRI revealed a bone bruise in his shoulder, his right shoulder, his throwing shoulder. 1-2. But before the MRI had revealed the results of his injury, Bob Miller thought he might have lost Tollerman for the season. Talented corner infielder, working a good at-bat here with the count full. But just good to see him back. The results of that MRI unknown for some time. We got him. And Tollerman hits one out to left. Panero back to make the catch. When Tollerman tripped going around first. But he's all right, back on his feet, and he'll trot back to the dugout. 1 out, bottom of the 5th. Here's Villegas 0 for 1. Grounded out to short back in the second. The second inning, the only 1-2-3 inning that Carbajal has had. He has hit a batter and walked 2. 1-1 quickly on Villegas. Blues still without a hit. We're in the bottom of the 5th. 1-1. Now 1-2. Got Villegas swinging out of his shoes. Calling out of Cal Poly. Outfielder. Swings through. Strike 3. 2 gone. Fourth strikeout for Carbajal, and here's Darius Price. Carbajal starts him out with a slider in the dirt. Ball 1 to Darius Price. 1-0. Price fouls one straight back. Price, who joined the Blues in Pasadena earlier this month. Had an RBI double in his first game as a Blue. Ball 2 and a good take. Since then, Price with the average bit below 200 at 167, but plays a good second base. Takes ball 3 there. Let's update that count. Carbajal with a no-hit bid through the 5th. And it's his third walk. This one issued to Price. Blues get a base runner here in the 5th, and Carbajal will not pitch his second 1-2-3 inning. He'll have to face Garrett Brooks, who he walked back in the 3rd. Easily the longest we've seen the Blues go without getting a hit this season. They only had to wait until the top of the 4th. In yesterday's ball game, Nathan Shamela led off the inning with a single. But again, we mentioned they wouldn't plate their first run till the 6th. We'll go on to win 4-3 in a ball game that was just a pleasure to watch and fun to call. And the count is 1-0 on Garrett Brooks. 2-0. To the Roadrunner, who has a hit in 4 straight. It is 1-0. All right. Carbajal Gets him to foul this one off, and now it's 1-1.
You can track that down. You can take it home, courtesy of Sunrun. Be careful if it's out in the parking lot, though, kids.
Didn't see Brooks last night, but the game before that, a 1-for-3 effort against the Foresters. Playing right field today. Throw over to first. Price is safe. Carbajal, he just wastes no time on the mound. Quickly gets the sign, sets himself. That's about the longest he's taken to throw a pitch. Here's the 1-1. Fouled straight back, and it's 1-2. Wind blowing out from right to left. Ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball hit to second. And Soto will toss to first and the inning. 4-3 ground out. No score as we head to the 6th. Here we go, Matt. You ready? This is where Matt and I turn the camera around and we embarrass ourselves with our throws to that white bucket behind home plate. We never come close. Today's a new day, however. Pitching change for the Blues, and it'll be the left-hander, Lucas Gaither out of Cal. Set to pitch in this 0-0 ball game, headed into the 6th. First 5 innings of this ball game are brought to you by First 5 of San Luis Obispo County. Hey, Matt, did you know that 90% of a child's brain develops in those formative first 5 years? That's why First 5 San Luis Obispo County is dedicated to giving children the best possible start in life. You can learn more at first5slo.org. Gaither warms to face the top of the Riptide lineup, Pinero, Taylor, and Soto. Haven't seen Lucas since the 26th, so only a 3-day rest for him. Now, Gaither throws about 6 days a week. Now, it might not all be all-out effort in every time he throws. I mentioned that after the outing on the 26th against the Foresters, where he went 2 1/3, gave up an unearned run, and only 1 hit, 3 Ks for Gaither. Mentioned that his arm was a little sore. 3 days of rest here, and starts Pinero out with ball 1. So we'll see what the lefty out of Cal has in his 5th appearance, the ERA at 1.35. All his appearances out of the pen. Blues go to their 2nd straight lefty. That's in there for a strike. Fastball in the low 90s. Slider and change as well. Top 6, no score. Gaither. Ball 2. Pinero 0 for 2. First time facing Gaither lefty-lefty, and the pitch. Swung through for strike 2, and that'll even the count. That shade on the mound and a little bit creeping out and right. Sun's going to set in about an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gaither comes home. High and inside. Just missed with the fastball, and the count's full. Count's full. Here's a payoff pitch. There's a line drive out to right. And that is going to be a sliding catch made by Brooks. 1 out. Arrow flies out to right to get us started in the 6th. Here's Shane Taylor, who reached on an error in the 1st and flew out to center in the 4th. Riptide deploying 6 new starters in their lineup from last night. 3 returning players, and Pinero, Soto, and Mez. The rest we did not see start last night. A couple we saw pinch hit. Another lefty-lefty here. And the 0-1 on its way. Missed, and it's 1-1. Ball and a strike. Gaither to Taylor. That was thrown behind him. 2-1. Talk about a pitch slipping out of your hand. And we'll get Lucas a new baseball. Taylor, a sophomore at Utah Tech. He's from St. George, Utah. Playing his summer ball in Irvine. And ball 3. That excellent facility they have down in Irvine. Appreciate them playing host to us last night. Happy to have them here on a Wednesday evening in SLO. 3 balls and a strike. Gaither set. And the pitch. Ball 4. 1 out, walk for Gaither, and Taylor's aboard for the second time tonight. Tenth walk of the season for Gaither. Has a walk now in every appearance this season. One out, top six. Orange County gets their first base runner in the inning, and here's Dominic Soto. Outside again. Gaither's only allowed 1 earned run all season. That was 12 days ago against the Oaks. No earned runs in his other 3 appearances. 1-0 pitch. Tried the corner and missed, and it's 2-0. Soto singled back in the 4th, so he's 1 for 2 today. Senior at Cal. These two are teammates. Soto from Rockland, California. Lucas from Roseville. Count is quickly 3-0. Blues went 2-2 on their road trip through the South, and 4 games played this weekend and yesterday in Irvine. That's a strike. Lost that opener in heartbreaking fashion to the Conejo Oaks, 5-4 the final in that one. Came back to beat Santa Barbara in Pershing Park, 4-2 win over the Foresters. Then their largest loss of the season on Sunday, 13-2, bounced back with a comeback win over these Riptide last night in Irvine. There's one through the right side, base hit for Soto, and they're on first and second with 1 out. Second hit for Soto. Riptide threatening here with 1 out in the 6th. Here's Gavin Mez. And here's Ed Gravel. Coach Gravel, of course, coaching the pitchers. He's coaching first base tonight as well. Gaither has walked Taylor and now given up a single to Soto. Words of wisdom from Coach Gravel, as he's always quick and to the point in his meetings. Gaither starts him out inside with ball 1. Mezzo for 2, grounded out to second in the 1st, grounded out to short in the 4th. Big at bat here. No score in the 6th. These two teams playing another close one. 1-0, now 1-1. One ball and 1 strike to Gavin Mez, a sophomore out of UNLV. Tried the corner and missed, 2-1. Mez, a left-handed batter, but throws with his right hand. First and second with 1 out. Gaither comes home. Didn't get the call again, 3-1. Keeps trying to paint that corner, in danger of walking the bases loaded. Three balls and a strike. Fouled off, and the count now full. Souvenir for a lucky fan. A payoff pitch. Everyone in motion. It's ball 4. Throw down to third. Everyone's safe. So Gaither walks Mez. The bases are loaded with 1 out for Wilson Galvin. Gaither loads the bases. Got 1 out in the 6th. And maybe that arm just a little too tired. 3 days of rest for Lucas. Throws 6 days a week. Not all high stress outings. But it looks like it'll be Ryan Beard on to get the Blues out of a real jam here in the 6th. The bases are loaded with 1 out, and it'll be up to Beard, who takes the ball from Gaither. Be up to Beard to get him out of the jam. Keep us scoreless in the 6th. Ground ball would do it. So with that, we're going to take a 90-second break and be back with you. And Beard will be facing Galvin with the bases loaded in a scoreless ball game when we come back. We know you're not going anywhere. What a good game this has been. It'll be a short break, I promise. Stay tuned and keep hanging out with us on the Blue Streaming Network. We appreciate you having you in on a Wednesday evening. Back in 90 seconds. Beard on to face Galvin with the bases loaded. His first pitch to him's in there for a strike. Big spot for Beard here. Ball 1. Good stop by Shamela. Haven't seen Beard since the 26th as well. He came in before Gaither and gave up 3 earned to the Foresters. Also walked 4. Trying to bounce back. Pop up. That is going to get just out of play. And Shamela, he really wanted to give that one full effort as it drifted into the stands. Thought there might be the chance to make a play, and what a big second out it would have been. Instead, it's strike 2, and the bases remain loaded. A ball and 2 strikes. Beard to Galvin. Got him swinging. What a huge second out it is. Galvin down on strikes, and it'll be up to Joey Nikolai. Lucas Gaither, responsible for all the men on base, walked Taylor, he's at third, gave up a single to Soto, who's at second, and walked Mez, who's safe at first. Beard on to get him out of the jam. His pitch to Nikolai. Strike one. What a personality Beard is, and what an addition to this club that he's been. 0-1. 1-1. Pitch got away. Coming in for home plate, and he's scoring is Taylor. Oh, my goodness. The pitch was dropped by Shamela. He didn't see it. Beard was the only one that saw it, and Taylor, with heads-up base running, scores the game's first run. What a sequence there. The pitch was a ball. The count is even, and the Riptide take the lead 1-0. We haven't seen that all season. Tough break for the Blues. Shamela just didn't know where the ball was. Beard did, but when he came in, there was no time. It was completely out of time. Ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. He'll step off. That's tough for Beard, who got the first strikeout, and now facing Nikolai. So Taylor scores on a pass ball. There's a ground ball, fair. Took an interesting hop. Batolia takes it to the bag. Unassisted for the third out. But the Riptide plate the game's first run in the top of the sixth with the bases loaded. And 2 out. A passed ball. And heads-up base running from Shane Taylor, who recognized Shamela did not know where the ball was on a pitch that was in the dirt from Beard. And the ball remained in the dirt as Taylor came in to score. It's 1-0 Orange County, and they're going to deploy their first relief pitcher. We'll introduce you to him when we come back. Bottom of the sixth coming up. Blues trail 1-0, still looking for their first hit. We'll see if they get it in the sixth. We're back in 60 seconds for the bottom of the sixth. Blues trail 1-0, trying to get their first hit when we come back. Home half of the sixth. Welcome back. Blues Baseball on the Blues Streaming Network. I'm Zach Ebrahim alongside Blues statistician Matt Fernandez. We're in the press box of Sinsheimer Stadium here at home for the first of 10 straight. And it's the last game in the month of June for the Blues. Game 22 this season, the second straight against the Riptide. We were in Irvine last night. We're in San Luis Obispo tonight. And it's 1-0 Riptide. They played their first run on a passed ball. The bases were loaded with 2 outs for Ryan Beard and the Blues. He delivered a pitch in the dirt. And Nathan Shamela, who really, that's his first real mistake behind the plate doing the catching for the Blues. Lost the ball in the dirt, didn't know where it was. Heads up base running from Shane Taylor. He scored the game's first run, stealing home on a passed ball. It's Luke Pemberton to lead things off in the bottom of the sixth, then the right-hander being deployed, their first relief pitcher. It's Carson Case for the Riptide. A sophomore out of Nevada, Reno, and his hometown of Santa Ana. Fires ball one to Pemberton. The ERA at 1.92. This is his fifth appearance, 4 2/3 innings pitched. He struck out 9. Last pitched 5 days ago in a win against the Crawdads. Gave up a hit in one scoreless inning. Pemberton foul tips one into the glove, strike one. One ball and one strike. Case comes home, and Pemberton looks at a pitch in the dirt. Luke struck out looking on what he thought was ball 4 in the third. Looks at ball 3. Blues still looking for their first hit. Have gotten 4 base runners. Now 5. They've walked 4 times. Cody Darcy's been hit by a pitch, but no base hits. Here's Shamela, 0 for 2 tonight, grounding out to short both times. Stands in with the leadoff runner for the Blues on first. It's only the second time they've got the leadoff runner on. First time was in the third. Unable to capitalize in that inning. We're in the 6th, and Shamela's taking a strike from Carson Case. Case has given up 1 earned run all season. It came back on June 8th, 3 weeks ago, against the San Diego Waves, a non-league opponent. 0-1 pitch. 1-1 now. Ball and a strike. Shamela pops this one up on the infield. Playable for the left side. Taylor calling for it, making the catch. One out for McGuire, who's 0 for 2. Grounded out to second in the first, struck out swinging in the 4th. First time facing Case, who retires Shamela after the leadoff walk to Pemberton, who's still safe at first. Matt, what do you think about letting Pemberton run a little bit here? Does have good speed. Strike one as McGuire fouls the first pitch off. Wouldn't be surprised to see Pemberton take off and run. Good speed for the Blues center fielder. Stolen a couple bags this season. Try and get that tying run in scoring position. McGuire, 0-1. That breaking ball slipped out of Case's hand, and the count's 1-1. One nothing Riptide. Plated the game's first run in the top half of this inning. McGuire pops this one up to center. And in shallow center, it'll be the second baseman Soto coming in to make the catch for the second out. Two quick outs for the Blues after the leadoff walk to Pemberton. It'll be up to Cody Darcy, who has not been retired. He's been hit by a pitch and walked. Blues shortstop batting third, currently in the transfer portal. Darcy trying to figure out where he's going to play in the fall, or he's going to attend. Case fires ball one. Cody Darcy, 1 for his last 9 over the last 2 games. 1-0 pitch to him. Ball 2, is that missed high? Two balls and no strikes. Darcy looks at ball 3 high. Smith to have a word with Carson Case. Already walked Pemberton, who's safe at first, but has retired Shamela and McGuire to put him in a good position to pitch a scoreless 6th. He'll have to challenge Darcy here 3-0, you'd think. In a 1-0 ball game, and the Blues without a base hit. 3-0 pitch. There's a strike. Talk about not having Blues score, you score. You know how much pressure is on the slow derby coming up? That's going to give whoever has the same color as the horse that wins on their lucky number program Blues score, you score pricing on Miller Lite and Fabulous Wine for the rest of the inning. Blues haven't scored a run. They don't have a hit. Here's a 3-1 pitch. That hit Darcy again. He's been hit for the second time tonight. But the good news is he's safe at first. And the Blues have 2 men on with 2 out for their RBI leader, Zach Tolia. Tolia with the RBI total at 19. Hasn't driven in a run in 3 games, actually. He's 1 for his last 11. But just one of those guys, he just looks hitterish. You know, you watch him stand in the box, beautiful swing. No time better than the present as Case steps off. See if Tolia can come through. Two outs, bottom 6, and there's 2 men on for the Blues. Case. Ball 1. That's now 3 straight fastballs where he's missed really, really high and just have not been competitive on those pitches. He'll step off again. One ball and no strikes. Case to Tolia. Zach looks at ball 2 and a good stop by Smith, keeping that one in front of him. Two-0 pitch. Ball 3. Tolia 0 for 2. Flew out to left in the first. That ended the inning and grounded into a double play in the 4th. That ended that inning. Awaits a 3-0 pitch from Carson Case. It's a strike. Blues are 10-11. Looking for back-to-back wins. That's just what's been the trend of this season. Just they win one and they lose one. Back-to-back wins would get them back to 500 and help their position in the South. Currently tied for third. 3-1 pitch. Tolia sends this one out to left. That ball carrying deep at the warning track, and making the catch is Pinero to end the inning. Just got under that one. Flies out to left. Runners left on first and second for the Blues. Still without a hit and, of course, a run. And it's 1-0 Riptide. We're heading to the 7th. 7, 8, 9. Smith, Valentine, and Manning due up for Orange County. Looking to avenge their loss from last night's ball game. 4-3 was the final in that one. 1-0 our score so far. SLO Derby coming up, and this is the first chance for Blue Score U Score pricing to be presented upon a lucky fan. Ryan Beard will warm and get ready to face the bottom third of the Orange County lineup when we come back in the top of the second. You're listening to 7th, I should say. You're listening to Blues Baseball on the Blues Streaming Network. Thanks so much for making us a part of your Wednesday evening and your entire summer. Short break as promised, and we're back for the top of the 7th. Beard on to face Nathan Smith, leading off the 7th inning for Orange County. Their road grays with blue and white helmets, and Riptide across the chest. Beard fires. Ball one, the Blues in their home whites with pinstripes and blues across the chest. Navy pinstripes, of course. Beard's 1-0 pitch. That misses ball 2. Smith 1 for 2 tonight. Picked up a single in the 5th. Riptide only have 3 hits. They didn't even score their first run on a hit. It was a passed ball that got away from Shamela with a runner on third and 2 out. Home was stolen, and so was the lead from the Blues. 1-0 Riptide in the count. Now 3-0 to their catcher, Nathan Smith. Got to give it to Shane Taylor, who was the runner at third. 3-0 pitch. It's a 4-pitch walk to lead off the 7th inning. Third walk issued by Blues pitching, 2 of which came in the 6th, and now the third here in the 7th, so through 5, they hadn't walked anybody. Through 5 1/3, to be exact. Here's Valentine with a runner on first and no one out. Beard still on for the Blues. No one warming in the pen just yet. His first pitch to Valentine. High and inside. Valentine was showing bunt, pulled it back, and thankfully got out of the way of that heater. Ball and no strikes. 5 straight balls from Beard. 6 now. There comes Ed Gravel. Quick word with Beard. Infield will come in as well. You say Baez is warming up? Ooh, attendance guess? Ooh. Attendance. Today's attendance. It's healthy. I'm going to go, I'm going to go 1373. I've been off by a few hundred every game, other than when I got it on the dot at 9:12. That was an unforgettable moment. 2-0 is the count. Ed Gravel has his word with Beard. Big spot for Beard. Matt, you're going to have people bring you food and not me? What happened to us? What happened to us? 2-0 is the count. Beard fires ball 3. 7 straight balls from Ryan Beard. And Valentine firmly ahead in the count. Isaac Baez, the right-hander, who closed the ball game last night, picking up the final out, is warming. Valentine 0 for 2, looking to reach for the first time tonight. Riptide with a runner at first. It's Nathan Smith who walked on 4 pitches. Beard, who's thrown 7 straight, fires in a strike. Ryan Beard, one of those guys, really unique personality. He walks the line of being one of the biggest jokesters on the team to being one of the most serious guys at the same time. Certainly. 3-1 pitch. There's ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Beard, and they're on first and second with nobody out. Matt, if you don't mind me asking, what was your attendance guess? That concerns me that we're over 100 apart. I feel like I'm on the wrong end of that one. I went like 1370 something. I don't know. Who knows? Here comes Bob Miller, and after back-to-back walks on the top of the 7th, we're going to see a pitching change, and it'll be Isaac Baez pitching in relief of Ryan Beard. 4th pitcher deployed by the Blues. It's Baez who got the final out last night and helped the Blues win 4-3. He'll face Nathan Manning when we come back. There's no one out in the top of the 7th, so stay tuned with us. Been a close ball game. Blues trying to keep the lead at just 1-0 for Orange County. We'll see if they're able to do so. Short break and we're back. Blues Baseball on the Blues Streaming Network. We will return in 60 seconds. Thanks for hanging out.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the 7th. Isaac Baez on to pitch in relief of Ryan Beard, who walked back-to-back men. Smith and Valentine, who are on first and second, leading off the 7th. So Baez, who got the final out last night, picked up the save, 4-3 in the win against the Riptide. Before that, we hadn't seen Baez in 11 days, and his first pitch is taken for ball 1 to Nathan Manning. 6.51 ERA. This is his 5th appearance for Baez, 9 2/3 innings pitched. He's struck out 10 batters. He has not walked a single batter all season. Sophomore at Allen Hancock, teammate of Evan Steinberger's. 1-0 pitch. Bunt popped up and foul against the netting. Strike 1. McGuire is in the infield grass over at third. Tolia the same down on first. Protecting the bunt here are the corners of this infield. Ball and a strike. Manning is 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts to center field. Baez gets him to foul that one off for strike 2. And that could possibly eliminate the bunt here. But with no one out, we'll have to see. They're on first and second with nobody out. We're still in the top of the 7th, and Orange County's trying to plate another run here. And what has been a dominant performance by their pitching staff. 1-2 pitch now from Baez. Fouled straight back as Manning got a piece. Just enough to stay alive, and he'll see another pitch. Darius Price just came in to relay a message to Isaac Baez, the Blues' second baseman. Big spot for Isaac, as last night was. Flared out to left center. That's going to be caught by Pemberton. And everyone's going to take 90 feet on the long fly out. And it's the first out here in the 7th. So Manning swung away, put a ball in play, has himself a productive out as he now advances both runners into scoring position with 1 out in the 7th. And we'll work our way back to the top of the Riptide lineup in Santino Panero. Tough spot for Baez, but what a moment this would be. Get out of this jam and keep the ball game 1-0. Panero 0 for 3. Pitch from Baez. That's flared out to left, and that's going to drift in front of Villegas and drop for a base hit. 1 run is in. The throw in from left will be cut off, and it's 2-0 Riptide. RBI single from Panero. They pad the lead. And here comes Shane Taylor. That run charge to Beard. 2-0 Riptide. Runners on first and third with 1 out. Double play at the top of the list of needs for the Blues in this position here. Taylor walked his last time up in the 6th. Baez on to limit the damage. Just gave up an RBI single to Panero. Now looks in and fires the first pitch to Taylor. Ball 1. Two nothing Riptide now. They're at the corners with 1 out. Ground ball would be huge. 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike. Ball and a strike. Baez gets him to foul that one off. Runner was taking off for second. So Smith came in to score on the RBI single by Pinero. It's Valentine now at third. Pinero, of course, safe at first. Just made this ball game 2-0. Baez looks in and gets the sign from Shamela. Sets himself and fires a 1-2 pitch. In the dirt. And a good stop by Shamela, taking off for second now and in a jam, but the throw home to get the runner, not in time. 3-0 Riptide. Gamble paid off. Runners at second. Ball was in the dirt. Pinero took off for second, and in the process of being caught in a momentary pickle, forced Darcy to make a decision as Valentine sprinted home. He was safe. 3-0 Riptide. I'll tell you, the heads-up base running of Orange County has gotten them 2 runs in this ball game, and that could be the difference. Just excellent base running and decision-making by whoever's been on the base paths. It's 3-0 Orange County. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Shane Taylor, who's still at the plate. Ball 3. Their base running alone has scored them 2 runs. Payoff pitch. Ball 4. Third walk of the inning. First issued by Baez this entire season. Now they have to deal with Dominic Soto, who is 2 for 3 with singles in the 4th and 6th. 2 on, 1 out. Now 3-0 Riptide in the top of the 7th. Strike 1. Blues have Cade Nickel warming in the pen. Baez, his 0-1 pitch. There's a ground ball to short. Darcy tosses to Price at second. On to first. Do they get 2? They do. They turn a 6-4-3, and they get out of the 7th. Baez limits the damage. Whew, boy, did they need that in the worst way. We're heading to the bottom of the 7th. Blues still without a hit. Now they trail 3-0. Running out of time, but a good finish in store, and we hope you'll join us for the final 3 innings.
All right, kids, listen, it's time now for Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
We'll sing a little Take Me Out to the Ball Game. We'll take a short break, catch our breath. Carson Case is going to pitch the bottom of the 7th. When we come back, Blues Baseball on the Blues Streaming Network, and we do appreciate you making it part of your Wednesday evening and your entire 2022 summer. I'm Zach Ebrahim, and I'll be back in 90 seconds. Zach Tollerman leads off the bottom of the 7th for the Blues against Carson Case. Takes ball 1 from the first pitch out of the right-hander from Nevada. Hometown of Tustin, California for Case. 1-0 pitch. Tollerman takes outside ball 2. Blues have been getting a few base runners, had a couple in the 6th. They've walked 4 times. They've been hit by a pitch twice. They have 0 base hits. Tollerman takes a strike. Two balls, 1 strike. Case comes home. And Tollerman fouls it straight back. A 2-2 pitch to Tollerman. There's a little pop-up, caught at second by Soto. 1 out. So Tollerman actually really hits a soft liner to second. It's caught by Soto. There's still 1 out, and here's Villegas. Calling 0 for 2. Righty here. Villegas takes a strike. Villegas batting 6th, the left fielder out of Cal Poly. 0-1 pitch on its way, and he looks at it for strike 2. Quickly 0-2, and Villegas stays alive. You can just feel that first hit would just be such a weight lifted for the Blues. There's ball 1. Because they've been getting base runners. They've had 6. Ofer with runners on. They are 0 for 7 with runners on base. Counts 2-2. Case's 2-strike pitch. Ball 3. Count full. Payoff. Got him looking. Villegas doesn't like the call. Quickly 2 out. Price, who walked back in the 5th, is 0 for 1. Price shows bunt, takes inside. That caught our home plate umpire too, and he's feeling it a little bit, taking his time behind home plate. You can see him there at the bottom of your screen, down to a knee. And, you know, maybe just got the wind knocked out of him. We've seen this a couple times on pitches that just kind of go awry. They get away. That is the crew chief calling balls and strikes, and maybe gesturing to his arm. It may have caught him there, but the way he had his hands on his knees kind of looked like he got the wind knocked out of him. And he's going to be just fine. He'll get back behind home plate. We're going to officially call that pitch ball 1. Seems to be all right. Takes his time. Puts his mask on and we're ready to get back to baseball. Here comes Tim Brown now. Have a word with him. Probably saying, are you really okay? Is your vision good? Are we going to be able to? No, not at all. Brown just having a quick word with him. Two outs in the bottom of the 7th. Price trying to ignite a 2-out rally for the Blues. Took ball 1 after he showed bunt, pulled back, and the pitch caught a bit of our crew chief. Thankfully, he's just fine, and our count is now 2-0. Price looks at ball 3. Strike 1. 3-1 pitch now from Case to Price. That's ball 4, and it's the second walk for Darius tonight. He'll take first base, and it's the 5th time the Blues have walked tonight. They are 0 for 7 with runners on. Forget scoring position, just with runners on. They've only had a runner in scoring position, I believe, once or twice tonight. Of course, 0 for in that situation as well. Call it 0 for 2. Here's Garrett Brooks, and here comes Orange County's pitching coach just to have a quick word with Case. Doesn't look like there will be a pitching change. Looks to be just a quick meeting. Orange County looks to be warming someone in the pen, not to the point where they look like they're ready to enter the ball game. So this just looks like a meeting with Case and the entire, Orange County infield and their catcher. That's all it is, indeed. Are we listening to Kenny Rogers? I didn't know Johnny knew who Kenny Rogers was. He still might not. The gambler. Every gambler knows that you don't want to gamble and throw a pitch down the middle to Garrett Brooks. Brooks 0 for 1. Walked back in the 3rd. The pitch swung through. Brooks has a hit in 4 straight coming into tonight. 0 for 1 with a walk so far. 0-1 pitch from Case. Inside. Broke a bit too much. 1-1 now. Ball and a strike to Garrett Brooks, who takes high, ball 2. A 2-1 pitch. 3-1 now. Good at bat from Brooks as the Blues try to ignite a 2-out rally. How about bringing the tie and run to the plate? Does that sound good to you? Sounds good to me. We'll see what Case has dialed up on a 3-1 pitch. Price is taken off for second. It's ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Case. That'll bring the tying run to the plate in the form of Luke Pemberton. And Tim Brown halfway out of the dugout. Now all the way out. There will be a pitching change. Pitching change for the Riptide. Case, after walking Price and Brooks back-to-back, we'll see who's on to face Luke Pemberton. He's the tying run at the plate. The Blues still don't have a hit, but after back-to-back walks, Pemberton can tie this game with one swing. Bottom of the 7th coming up. We're in it. We'll be back for Pemberton, and we'll introduce you to the new Riptide pitcher when we come back. Blues Baseball and the Blues Streaming Network, and we do appreciate you making it part of your Wednesday evening. We're back in a minute. Welcome back to the bottom of the 7th, where there's 2 outs but 2 men on for the Blues. Darius Price is safe at second. He walked. Garrett Brooks is safe at first. He walked as well. And for the first time this season, we're saying hello to Trevor Meisner, a sophomore at Utah Tech, hometown of Las Vegas, Nevada, the 6'2" right-hander. This is his 6th appearance, has pitched 6 1/3 innings on the season. He's given up 9 hits, 4 earned runs, 6 walks, 5 Ks, and his ERA at 5.68. Luke Pemberton stands in. He's the tying run at the plate for the Blues. Back-to-back walks and put the Blues in position here where, see if they can come through with runners on. Still looking for that first hit. 3-0 our score. Meisner looks into Luke Pemberton. The pitch. Fouled off as Pemberton went after the first one. That had some backspin on that foul ball that ended up in the stands for a souvenir, strike 1. Meisner will step off here. The count 0-1 to Luke Pemberton. Tried the corner and missed. It's 1-1. Luke walked his last time up as well. One of 6 walks issued by Riptide pitching. Blues looking to take advantage after back-to-back here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 out. The count is 1-1, and Meisner's coming home to Pemberton, who's swinging and hitting one foul down the left field line. And Casey to count 1-2. Waits Meisner's 2-strike pitch. 2 men on. Here it is. Ball 2 and a good take from Pemberton on a curve that missed in the dirt. Blues looking for another comeback win in as many nights against the Riptide. 2-2. Pemberton strikes out swinging. To the 8th we go. Riptide have something still brewing. That is the case as we head to the 8th. 4, 5, and 6 coming up for Orange County. And we'll see who's on to pitch for the Blues in a 3-0 ball game. Riptide looking to avenge their loss from last night. Short break and we're back. Blues Baseball, Blues Streaming Network. Thanks for hanging out with us. Back in 90 seconds. Experiencing a few technical difficulties, but believe we're back, and we're in the top of the 8th with 1 out, and Cade Nickel is pitching for the Blues. So Cade Nickel is in to pitch for the Blues. He walked Wilson Galvan, and now it's Austin Krissick pinch hitting for the Riptide here in the top of the 8th with 1 out. Runner takes off for second. Swing and a miss on Krissick. He's down on strikes. But in the process, the Riptide get a runner in scoring position. Galvan advances to second on the Krissick strikeout. Appreciate you bearing with us through the technical difficulties. We're back. I believe we're on the air. And tell everyone to come on back. They got a little lost in the crowd of that. Really not even sure what happened. But we're back. Top 8. There are 2 out, and there is a runner on second. Cade Nickel now facing Nathan Smith. Strike 1, and the score is correct. Of course, Riptide ahead 3-0, and the Blues running out of time. They'll have 2 more innings to not only get a few runs, but how about a few hits? 0-1 pitch. Quickly 0-2. Cade Nickel, who has just had this resurgence out of the Blues bullpen, seemingly everyone has. 0-2 pitch. Oof, just missed, and it's 1-2. Nickel, in his first outing as a Blue, did not record an out and gave up 6 earned runs against the Barons in Compton. Since then, he's gone 5 1/3 and has only given up 4 hits. And, of course, no hits. A strikeout swinging for Cade Nickel. His second consecutive gets him out of the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th. Blues are going to need to kick things in gear here, down 3-0. Stay tuned for the finish of this one. Riptide have a no-no going into the 8th. We'll see if the Blues can break it up. Short break and we're back. Blues Baseball on the Blues Streaming Network. Thanks so much for hanging out. Back in 90 seconds for the bottom of the 8th. We're back for the bottom of the 8th, and Nathan Sinsheimer leading things off for the Blues against Meisner, who's still in for the Riptide, and starting Sinsheimer out with strike 1. Sinsheimer 0 for 3. The pitch looked at. Ball 1. Now 2-1. We have new lights in the scoreboard, actually. Wow, you see, look at how bright they are on the screen. Oh, my goodness. That's ball 3 to Nathan Sinsheimer. How good would a leadoff base runner be for the Blues here? Rhetorical question, of course. We're in the bottom of the 8th with the score 3-0 Orange County. Sinsheimer, ball 4, leadoff walk. It's the 7th walk issued by Orange County pitching, and it hasn't come back to bite them. McGuire 0 for 3 as well. Well, how about this? The bottom third of the Blues lineup started 0 for 8 last night. Then they would plate on doubles, a double, triple, and home run from the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. That's how they got 3 runs down the stretch to take the lead. Strike 1 to McGuire. What if the top third of the lineup's able to come through here in the 8th? Just saying. Shamela started 0 for 3. He just walked. McGuire 0 for 3. We'll see what he has in store here in his 4th at-bat. He looks at ball 1. One ball and 1 strike. Shamela safe at first after working a walk. Trevor Meisner, ball 2. There's a pop-up to the left side. Shallow left center. Valentine under it for out number 1. Darcy, who's walked twice and been hit by a pitch, looks at strike 1. Blues got the leadoff walk from Shamela. Darcy, the shortstop, batting 3rd. Grounds 1 to the left side. Play not made by Taylor. Got his glove on it, but not in time. The no-hitter is broken up. I believe, unless we're going to rule that an error, we are going to rule it an error. Oh, I just saw it on the scoreboard. Excuse me. Slater did it for you. What are you ruling it? Matt Fernandez, it's an error? Never mind. E5. The good news is they're on 1st and 2nd. No, we'll be fair. You're right. I was premature on that. Darcy reaches on an E5 made by Shane Taylor. They're on 1st and 2nd. Tying run coming to the plate in the form of Zach Tolia. Looks like we're going to have another pitching change for Orange County, and we are. After a walk from Shamela, Darcy just reached on an error. Blues still don't have a hit, but it's their leader in that category on the season, Zach Tolia, who's 0 for 3. He's going to be the tying run coming to the plate in the bottom of the 9th with just 1 out. And we'll introduce you to the new Riptide reliever when we come back after this short break on the Blues streaming network. We'll be back in 90 seconds. Thanks so much for hanging out. Zach Tolia. 0 for 3 tonight. And the team leader in hits, RBI. What a spot for him. Tolia takes ball 1. We should let you know who's in to pitch. It's Daniel Naughton, a senior out of Gonzaga, 6-foot right-hander. Ball and no strikes to Tolia. Naughton. Ball 2, throw to first. Oh my goodness. Off the bag was Darcy by a decent amount, but that throw was high and was in danger of being over the head of Nikolai into right field. What a break it would have been for the Blues. Two balls and no strikes to Tolia. He's the tying run at the plate. Pops this one up, out into right and foul. That'll drop into the Blues bullpen. Strike 1.
All right, kids, that one is off limits. You got to leave it alone if it's in the bushes out there. If it made it to the park, you can take it home, but don't go in the bushes, please. And take it home courtesy of Sunrun if it made it to the park.
Daniel Naughton, 2.7 ERA. Pitched back on the 25th. A perfect inning against the Stompers. 2.07 ERA this season. This is his 5th appearance out of the pen for the Riptide. Blues still don't have a hit as Darcy just reached on an error. 2-1 pitch to Tolia. Popped up on the infield. Right side, giving chase, Nikolai. Out number 2. Tolia is 0 for 4 tonight. And here's the other Zach Tollerman. Tollerman. He's the tying run at the plate. This is just his 5th game this season. Foul tipped one. Strike 1. Going for it out there, wasn't he? Daniel Naughton on to keep the no-hit bid alive. Keep the shutout working. Trying to get the Riptide back in the win column. 0-1 count to Tollerman. The pitch. Ball 1. Biggest spot for the Blues. They've been in a couple. 1-1 pitch. Tollerman grounds one down the left field line. Foul. Not in a strike away from getting out of the jam. Runners are on first and second. The count is 1-2. Here's the pitch. Zach Tollerman. It hit him high and inside. They're going to say a foul ball. Wait a second, because Tollerman is safe at first. Okay, he's going to take first. That had us baffled for a moment. It clearly caught his hands on the bat, and all he had to do was show him his left arm and the stitching from that baseball. They're loaded. The initial call was a foul ball. Tollerman said, wait a second. Now he's safe at first, and the bases are loaded for Colin Villegas. First time they've had him loaded. Bases full of Blues. The biggest at-bat of the season for Colin Villegas. Blanchette is the pinch runner. Blanchette is on first for Tollerman, who was just hit by a pitch. Ground ball to short. He'll take it to the bag unassisted. One pitch, one out, inning over. 6-3 ground out for Villegas ends the bases loaded threat for the Blues in the bottom of the 8th. Still without a hit, we're headed to the 9th. Riptide get their final chance to add some insurance to this 3-0 lead. They have held the Blues hitless. We'll see if that changes in the bottom of the 9th. Orange County's rolling. Looking to avenge the loss from last night. Cade Nichols still on to pitch in relief for the Blues. We're back in 90 seconds, and we appreciate you hanging out with us on this Wednesday evening. To the 9th we go. Riptide have something special cooking. Heading into the final frame. Here's Chase Valentine. 0 for 2 with a walk. Stands in to face Cade Nickel. Pitch to scoreless 8th. Worked around a walk. Struck out 2. Fires in strike 1. One and one now. Ball and a strike. 2 and 1 now. Nickel trying to put up another 0. The Riptide half of the 9th. Got the call in the corner. It's 2 and 2. Give the bottom third of the Blues lineup a chance. Two balls, 2 strikes. Nickel set in the pitch. Got him swinging. Strikeout for Cade, and there's 1 out in the top of the 9th. Third straight, K. Here's Nathan Manning 0 for 3. 3 flyouts, 2 to center, 1 to left. Ground ball to second. Price plays it on a couple hops and throws to first. 3-0 Orange County. Panero, the last chance for the Riptide in the ninth. Ball one. We've talked about it throughout this one. Plated 2 of their runs because of excellent base running and decision making, putting themselves in position to score on a passed ball and score with one runner in a pickle. That runner at third, or the runner at third, excuse me, would come in to score. Close play at the plate, but that made it 2-0. And an RBI single from Panero, the RBI single from Panero made it 2-0, and then the good base running made it 3-0. 2-0 count in the pitch on its way from Cade Nickel. Strike one. Blues have an off day tomorrow. And we're back, kicking off a weekend series at home. Those are always fun. Two-one pitch on its way. That's high. There's a walk. Five-pitch walk issued by Nickel, and the Riptide will get a base runner here in the ninth. And a chance for Shane Taylor, who's walked twice himself. For Panero, that's his first walk tonight. He's reached in back-to-back plate appearances. So has Taylor. 2 out, 1 on, top 9. Strike one. Riptide with a chance to hold on and pull off something special come the bottom of the ninth. Quickly 0-2. Nichols' 0-2 pitch. With Panero taking off for second, Shamela didn't have a good grip on the ball, and it will be a stolen bag for Santino Panero. Count 1-2 with a runner now in scoring position. That night sky over Sinsheimer Stadium. Good amount of fans have stuck around, see what the Blues have in store in their half of the ninth. First, Cade Nichols' 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. Fouled off again. Taylor stays alive, and we'll see another pitch with the count 2-2. Anxious to see who will be out pitching the bottom of the ninth for the Riptide. Did he go around? He did. Bottom of the ninth coming up. Blues without a run. Blues without a hit. And it'll be the bottom third, 7, 8, and 9. Price, Brooks, and Pemberton barring pinch hitters. Can the Riptide pull off something spectacular? Can the Blues break it up? Possibly come back? All that and more answered when we come back in the bottom of the 9th. Blues Baseball on the Blues Streaming Network. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Back in 90 seconds.
Baseball season's underway. You'd better get ready for a brand new day. Hey, St. Louis, what do you say? The Blues are gonna win today. We're singing now. Go Blues, go. Go Blues, go. Hey, St. Louis, what do you say? The Blues are gonna win today. Go Blues, go. Go Blues, go. Hey, St. Louis, what do you say? The Blues are gonna win today. They got the hitters, pitchers, and speed to be the best in the West indeed. Sinsheimer Park's where they play. So come on down and watch.
Darius Price, the first to come to the plate for the Blues in the bottom of the 9th. He's facing Daniel Naughton. So Naughton remains in, the senior out of Gonzaga. Hard-throwing right-hander. Fires one to Price, who pops one up to the right side. Foul ground, giving chase, and making the catch is Nikolai. One pitch, and they are one out closer. It'll be up to Garrett Brooks now with one out, no one on in the bottom of the 9th. Ball one to Brooks. Quickly 2-0 on Brooks. Chase Gallegos is in the on-deck circle. Brooks swings through strike one. 2-1. 2-2. Got him swinging. There's 2 out. They're an out and away from history. The Riptide organization. What a cool moment this would be. Up to Chase Gallegos. Last chance for the Blues. San Luis Obispo without a hit. Down to their final out. Ball one. Do we know how many pitchers they've used? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go with 4. There's a pop-up. Caught. History for Orange County. They throw a no-hitter, a combined no-hitter. 4 pitchers used. They hold the Blues hitless here at Sinsheimer Stadium. 3-0 the final. And the Riptide avenged the loss from last night's ball game, and then some. A combined no-hitter thrown by the Orange County Riptide. Chase Gallegos, a pop-up to Valentine. He was the final out. This is where I wish we had some record books or something to see how many times the Riptide have thrown no-hitters in their organization's history. But what a moment it is, and what a way to bounce back from a loss. Orange County throws a no-hitter, combined no-hitter between Noah Carbajal, Carson Case, Trevor Meisner, and Daniel Naughton gets the final out in the bottom of the ninth to throw a no-hitter. I've never seen one in person. How about you, Matt? A couple? Wow. First for me. Riptide get the win. One pro. What did you see the pro one? Was it the Kershaw one against the Rockies? Oh, we got no hit. Oh, my goodness. It's kind of funny. Well, Riptide get their 9th win of the season. And they throw a combined no-hitter against the Blues. First for me. In person, on television, watching every out. Riptide put on quite a show. They tiptoe around 7 walks and 3 hit batters to not only pitch the shutout, but the combined no-hitter. And what a moment for the Orange County organization. Stay tuned for the postgame show, Blues Live. We're going to have our intern interview with the Blues unfortunately losing 3-0, but the good news is we get to do an intern interview. Short break and we're back. Stay tuned. Orange County wins 3-0. The Riptide throw a no-hitter against the Blues. History here at Sinsheimer Stadium. The Blues on the wrong side of it. Congrats to Orange County and the Riptide. What a game it was. Blues will be back Friday. First pitch at 6. Intern interview coming up. Stay tuned for that. Blues Baseball on the Blues Streaming Network. The final, 3-0. Orange County winning and throwing a no-hitter. So back on the post-game show, Blues Live. An unfortunate, somber mood here in the press box after the Blues lose. But the good news is we have Brendan Fisher with us, and we're doing an intern interview. So, Brendan, just on the subject, have you ever seen a no-hitter in person?
Not that I can remember.
Yeah, I had to kind of rack my brain, and I could actually remember. I thought it was my first as well. I actually saw one at Indiana. It was a combined no-hitter, one of the weirdest games you'll see. Our starter came out, walked 7 guys, but held the no-hitter through 4. Guy comes in, throws 5 no-hit innings in the 5th. But we witnessed history tonight, and I think that's always a cool thing.
Yeah, no, it was, I mean, as bad as it sounds that it was against us, it was interesting to see. I mean, it kept me on my toes. It was a low-scoring game, so it kept me involved.
Big crowd tonight, though. How we do sales-wise?
Really, yeah, it was good. It was a good night.
It's always a good night.
Yeah. No, it was, I'd say better than normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We don't have final numbers yet?
I do.
You do? I don't even know if we're allowed to say.
That's why I don't know if I'm able to disclose.
We'll play it safe.
Yeah,
It
was a good night.
It was a good night.
Yeah.
It always is. Brendan Fisher joining us. So, if you're the Blues, you get a day off tomorrow, get to come back on Friday. You're playing, this is the first of 10 straight here at home.
Yeah.
How can they take advantage of that and rattle off a few wins here?
I feel like, getting no hit, this is something you really got to bounce back from.
Right.
I expect the bats to come out. They're going to have to really work hard. They have an off day tomorrow. Practicing hitting BP, just
Sure.
getting the fundamentals, because a lot of these outs were lazy fly outs, just balls that weren't hit hard.
A lot of one-pitch at-bats,
Yeah,
too.
stuff that we haven't seen. We really got to start working guys later in the count. We saw multiple pitchers today, which is great, but we really got to start working guys because, we should be having better at-bats in general, and that could be producing some hits or just harder hit balls. We just need to, make them make plays.
Sounded like a coach yourself. We talked to Brendan before we even talked to the coaches about the no-hit bid that was just thrown against the Blues. On a more fun note, you're going to be attending this year's All-Star game at Dodger Stadium. This is going to be what All-Star game for you now?
This is my 4th All-Star game.
Your 4th. Wow. And they were all at what fields? I know you hit Coors.
Yeah, so I went to Coors last year.
Okay.
And then I went to Anaheim in 2010 and San Diego in 2016.
Wow. That's very cool. I'll definitely be watching. There was always an event that was around my birthday. Like I remember the Home Run Derby would be on my birthday or the game itself. What are you looking forward to the most All-Star weekend?
Normally I enjoy the game the most. The Derby's awesome. I'm excited to see because, you just know at Dodger Stadium the balls don't fly like an insane amount. So it was really cool last year at Coors to see that. But I'm looking forward to the Derby. I'd say the game primarily. And then just the events outside. Normally the cities do a great job of throwing like the Fan Fest and just having the downtown area just be all baseball, which is a really cool thing to see. So I'm excited to see how LA and Dodger Stadium transforms for the All-Star game.
I think we should, before we miss the opportunity, to give a shout-out to the entire Fisher family. If you're tuning in to hear Brendan, we understand. So a shout-out to the whole Fisher family. Where are we getting dinner? This is always
That's a really good
this is
question.
always a subject of conversation. We haven't been to B-Dubs in a while.
Yeah.
It's open.
See, the problem is I went there last night around a little after 10, and they were closed.
Okay, I was going to say, I thought
we could call ahead.
We can
but
call ahead and
B-Dubs,
just check it out.
Yeah, I'm always down for some B-Dubs.
What are the other options? I don't think I need any Jack in the Box.
No, I think we're good on that. The other options I think could be In-N-Out if we want to drive. That's a drive.
That's a little 20-minute journey.
Yeah.
I might just be stuck on B-Dubs up here. If we get out of here in the next 45, I don't think they'd close at 10. Anyway, Brendan and I are getting dinner after the ball game. We can call it the final 3-0. The Blues are no hit. Brendan Fisher joining us on an intern interview. We'll probably have him back for another one. And so we're going to call it a night. Blues Baseball, Blues Streaming Network. Come hang out with us Friday night, first pitch shortly after 6. Appreciate Brendan coming in and joining us for another intern interview. Who knows how many you've done now. You're just this is it might as well be your event.
Oh, no, that's all
and
you.
your thing.
Thank you.
Brendan
Thank you for
Fisher
having
joining us, of course, always. We'll be back Friday. Join us then. Blues Baseball, Blues Streaming Network. For the entire Blues organization and Brendan Fisher, I'm Zach Ebrahim. Good night, everybody.